Hello and welcome to the fun tutorial of this first module, self-driving car. It's going to be epic. We're going to test our AI on the environment and we're going to test it on 4 different levels. That is, we're going to play a game. The game will have 4 levels of difficulty and the AI will have to pass these 4 levels. So, what are going to be these 4 levels? First, level 1. The first level is going to be to reach the airport and then do some round trips between the airport and the downtown. So as soon as we see the car do these round trips, well, we pass level 1. Then level 2. Level 2 will be to still do these round trips, but on a specific road that we draw ourselves. But it's going to be an easy road because it's level 2. And of course, the car will have to self-drive by staying on that road. So it will be a road that goes from the airport to downtown and then the other way. And so the car will have to do these round trips by staying on that road. If it does, we will pass level 2. Then level 3. Level 3 will be to draw some obstacles on the map to see if the car manages to avoid the obstacles and still reaching its goal. So no worries, we'll draw some difficult obstacles that the car will have to avoid and we'll see if it managed to reach the airport and the downtown. And finally, level 4, the most challenging level for the car, will be to draw a very difficult road to reach the downtown. So I don't know, it will be a road like some zigzag. I'm not a brilliant architect, but I'll try to make a challenging road. So let's hope we pass at least the first level, that would be great. Then let's hope we can also pass level 2 and 3. And if we pass level 4, that would be wonderful. So let's do this, let's take the challenge. Well, actually the self-driving car is going to take the challenge, but we are the brain behind this, so let's still hope that works. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is just to give you a quick reminder about the map. So that's the map. And first, we're going to look at the map, we're going to look at the self-driving car without the AI. So it will just be a car having those random actions that you saw at the beginning of this module. So how can we look at that? Well, we have to deactivate the AI. And to deactivate the AI, we simply need to put a temperature equal to 0. Remember, that parameter here is the temperature, and right now it is equal to 7, so that's a low temperature. We will increase that afterwards. But if we don't want the car to have a brain, that is if we don't want to activate the AI, we simply need to set the temperature to 0. T equals 0, and same here, of course, that's the real temperature in the code. So there we go, and then we must not forget to save, because otherwise that won't include the change. Okay, so now we don't have any AI. The AI is deactivated. So let's have a look at the map, just to give us a quick refresher, a quick reminder about what it looks like. So I'm going to select everything and press enter. Alright, and there's our map and there's our car. So as you can see, the car is having totally random actions, to go left, to go straight, or to go right. And therefore, it is not reaching the airport, which is, I remind, at the upper left of the map, and not reaching, well, it just did, but that's totally random. You see, right now it is at the airport, and it is not reaching the other goal, which is downtown at the bottom right of the map. So we were just lucky here, but we can clearly see now that the actions are totally random. It is going nowhere, and there is definitely no artificial intelligence. But no worries, we will activate it right now. I'm going to close the map, and then I'm going to restart the kernel. Restart the kernel, you click on this tool button here, and then yes. And now, time for the show. We're finally going to put this brain we made in the car and activate the AI. I'm super excited to see what's going to happen. We're going to activate the AI right now, and to do this, we need to raise the temperature. So, to change the temperature, we just need to replace that 0 by, well, let's start with 7, as we had before. So let's specify 7 here. Alright, let's not forget to save. And now let's get back to our map. And now we can just re-execute this again because we restarted the kernel. So let's execute. And there we go. We have the car. And what is it doing? Well, it is trying to find its way. It's exploring. It's understanding what it has to do. And it's about to reach the airport. And there we go. First goal reached. Wonderful. And now the next goal is to reach downtown. And there it did. Just reached downtown. And now it's trying to find the airport back. Going to the airport. And there it did again. Wonderful. So that works. It didn't take time actually to explore learn from the mistake. You know, the mistake here is to get further from the goal. That's where we punish the car by giving it a slightly negative reward. You know, it's minus 0.2. So it learned from that mistake, and by learning from that mistake, it managed to get the positive rewards by getting closer to the goal. And now it finally understood what it has to do. It's definitely reaching the airport and then reaching the downtown and then doing these round trips. So that's perfect. We have a self-driving car, but I can't help but notice it is looking like an insect. The car doesn't really seem sure of itself. You know, it doesn't have a very confident movement. It's like going left and right. That's not looking like a car movement. It looks more like a bug. So we're going to fix that. And as you might have guessed, the way to fix that is increase the temperature. Because remember, the temperature is the parameter in the softmax function that we can increase so that the action is returned with more certainty. So that makes sense that if we increase the temperature, well, we might end up getting a car more sure of itself because the AI will be more sure of which action it should play. And that, remember, is because the action will be played with a higher probability. The only problem with this, increasing the temperature, is that remember the AI is less exploring the other actions, because by increasing the temperature, the other actions will have low probabilities. But right now that doesn't seem to be a problem because the car seems to have no problem reaching its goals, the airport and the downtown. So we can totally increase the temperature if we want this thing that so far looks like an insect look like a car. So let's do this. I'm going to close this now. There we go. Restart the kernel again and press yes. And now we're going to increase the temperature. So let's do this. I'm going back to my AI file, then replace this t equals 7 by 100. There we go. Then we save. And now we have a self-driving car sure of itself. So we might get better results and we might get something that looks more like a car. So let's click on map and then let's re-execute that again. All right, what happened? Okay, it did some kind of a burnout, not sure why. But anyway, now we have something that looks more like a car. You can see that it is going more straight. It is not doing these quick left and right movements. That's because now the car is more sure of which direction to take at each time. You know, it wants to take the best direction, going to the airport and then to downtown. So clearly, we can now say that we pass level 1. The car is doing these round trips between the airport and the downtown. So we're going to save that. I'm going to show you how to save the brain. We just need to click on this save button. And if we look at what happens here, well, we have the curve of the reward. At the beginning, we can observe some mistakes that it made. So that's where the reward is negative. But then it learned from its mistakes and the reward increased little by little until reaching a constant positive reward equals to 0.1, but that's the maximum reward we set, and that's because it ended up exploring. That's the exploration phase, and then it just knew what it had to do. And that's where it was doing these round trips between the airport and the downtown without any mistake. So there we go, we passed level 1, congratulations. Now let's get things more challenging. Let's take things at the next level. Let's try to pass level 2, which I remind will be to do these round trips on a specific road we're going to draw ourselves. So let's check that out in the next tutorial, and until then, enjoy AI.